Hello everyone. Have you ever wondered how one's life would be like when one doesn't have any insurance? Today with me, we have Jasmine and Jessin who went through the exact similar situation. And we'd like to actually ask them to share about the challenges that they have gone through. Jasmine and Jessin, thanks for coming. Right. We'd like to actually ask, how did you actually became the caregiver for your dad, and perhaps also share a bit more about your family?
Oh, so I think maybe when my dad was diagnosed in about 2019, it was a time where maybe COVID just kind of started, right? So during this time, at the point of time, I was self-employed, and then she was in banking.
Yeah.
Then my mom was full-time. So naturally, because routine is already set in place, so at the point of time, COVID was also the period where I had to stop teaching. So naturally, I would take on the responsibility to kind of work with, of course, working together with my sister to like bring my dad to go in and out of hospital to like check and stuff like that. So caregiving part, I naturally took on the responsibility without much thinking. Yeah, so it's like a natural process that dynamics was already like that. Yeah, so it became just a natural thing to do.
So because by virtue you are self-employed, so you kind of like took on the role because maybe, is it because
More
timing is more flexible?
Yeah, so because of self-employed, good and bad thing, like COVID, because income was affected, but at the same time I have time. So then I took on the responsibility because that time my dad was diagnosed, so he needed some help in the things that he do. Because so he's the person who's cooking at home, help. Because at that point of time his work was also affected. So he came back to Singapore.
He travels a lot to Malaysia for work.
For work.
So he's the main driver at home. He's the main chef at home. So he also does a lot of actually house chores. He also do help with like house chores when my mom is not around. Yeah. So I think he's quite an anchor in the family. So when he was down, I think there was a lot of things that we need to reshuffle.
I see.
In terms of like the responsibilities. Yeah.
So when it comes to caregiving responsibility, right, how did you actually split between the both of you, or were there any other siblings that also come in to help?
It's just the two of us.
It's just the two of us.
Okay.
Yeah, so because at that point of time, like COVID income was affected, and she's in banking, she's in corporate, so she thankfully could work from home. So why the two of us? Okay, my mom, she's working in the boutique, so the two of us, we were like take turns because he was still smoking at that point of time. So basically he got this condition called COPD, pulmonary obstructive
cardio
pulmonary disease. Yeah. So he was actually initially when he had this condition, he was just struggling between quitting smoking. So that was the initial stage to slow down the deterioration of the disease. So thankfully she was at home. Then I was the one managing the house. He did help out, but at the same time he was struggling with addiction.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had to like work together.
The initial stage wasn't that bad because he was like in the stage 1, early stage of COPD. So he could still do like cooking. He could still drive around with his oxygen and all. Yeah. So not too. It's still manageable but just that my sis, cause she has more flexibility in her job, then she will accompany him for appointment. So that also just to make sure that along the way he doesn't smoke so we'll have someone
keep an eye on him.
It was also the part where we understand that what my dad has been doing. So as caregivers, we try to step up to learn how to cook. And cooking sucks at that point of time, but we have to step up to take over what he has been doing for the family. So that was the part.
How did this caregiving responsibility actually affected your daily or personal life?
I think for myself is there's a lot of probably have to sacrifice time with friends.
Yeah.
You know, when there's like gathering and like when my dad any point of time is that there's a urgency, then we have to put down everything, then get to that.
So he's the priority in a sense.
Yeah.
So everything kind of take a secondary seat, back seat.
Everything. Yeah. So I mean, at one point of time, so his disease is more of like he easily goes into an asthmatic episode. Like he couldn't breathe. So it's very fast. Sometimes we had to rush to A&E like every 2 weeks. Yeah, then he'll be warded for like 1 week, 2 weeks. Yeah, initially it was like that, but yeah, so when he couldn't breathe, he's the only driver at home except her. Then she had to take over the driving.
So so I became the main driver at home.
Yeah,
So
like
that was quite a big change.
Yeah.
So does your dad actually have hospital insurance?
Thankfully,
He have. Yeah. So he have an AWOD private insurance.
Alright. And is it something that is sufficient to take care of the needs and all that?
So the warded part, we are very, very thankful that we have this insurance. And honestly, this insurance, it was bought like
1 year before.
not 1 year, 2-3 years before he got officially diagnosed. Yeah. So he was okay, just a normal smoker, nothing. So we bought him at the point of time when we decided to, don't know why we decided to review all of our insurances. We realized that he has nothing. Then we hurry up. I mean, we hurry bought the hospitalization insurance for him. So thankfully, 2-3 years later, then he got diagnosed. But at the point of time, we thought, okay, thankfully we got this insurance. But we have no other insurance that can help us with like a payout to solve like the cost, because certain medications, certain life-saving machines cannot
covered.
It's not covered. You have to pay full in cash. So I think for the both of us, with the ventilators, with the oxygen machine, so drugs also, like initial stage, it wasn't that bad. But as his disease progresses, the drugs and the steroids that he's taking became and it's all government hospital. It's not even covered. Like we have to pay in full cash. Yeah, so like I think MediSave also, you already hit the limits. You can't. So everything has to pay. Then helper and all. Even though the levy is like cheaper, but the caregiving part has become very, very heavy on us. That sometimes we even seek out for respite care, and it's all not covered.
I see.
Yeah, so like if you seek out, like we ever call like the one of the more affordable, like Dover Park, 人慈 they don't take. Dover Park for the palliative side. When he was at the palliative stage, they per day is like almost $300, $300. So at that point of time we were all very, very tired. But so we just, I don't know, I mean thankful we had faith. So we really worked together as a family. If not, I really don't know how to go through this period.
So in other words, besides just hospitalization insurance, right, you really need to also look at a lot of other things that may not actually necessarily fall into the scope of hospitalization insurance, like what you mentioned, the machines, the oxygen machine, the additional caregiving miscellaneous costs, right?
Medication and transport as well. Like because for him, right, like it's quite impossible to go on public transport, like taxis. So we actually spend money on private cars.
I see.
Because at any point of time, like he needs to go into emergency, we need to immediately send him. That was the initial part. But after that, then it comes like the car can no longer take him because he needed oxygen tank. So we had to call private ambulance. And per trip is 200 plus. Per trip there and back is like $400-$500. With oxygen, it's like added.
So I believe throughout all this, right, the costing that you are actually shouldering, absorbing, it kind of also dig into your own savings, right? Was it quite a huge impact for both of you?
I think thankfully, because we also realized upon like discovering, okay, my dad doesn't have much of insurances except for hospital. Then we also started like setting aside some funds lah.
A
Yeah, like
buffer
start to
kind of thing.
save,
Right,
yeah, and buffer
right,
some funds
right.
in case of anything. Yeah. Then later stage where he needs oxygen tank. One tank is about like I think 5K. 5K
plus the battery and all.
yeah. Then as he progressed, he needed another BiPAP machine, which is to
Ventilator.
Yeah, another ventilator lah. So
And how much is roughly that?
Also about 4,000-5,000. So
Yeah, so we
yeah.
had to, and then so so for us it's like we thought that maybe the first batch of machines that we bought from the hospital should be enough, but 2 years later spoil so the cost that was spent on like just oxygen machine, portable oxygen machine, and why actually these are all taken into consideration is when a patient at this point of time, especially your loved ones are going through this palliative stage, right? Actually, as children or as family, what you really wish to see is that they live out their best life, to have the quality of life, to spend the rest of their days till death. So it's something that we don't want it to be stolen away. Like we don't want, so life just steals away. And honestly, when you see like my dad, right, from the beginning, he was the one who can do everything, and he still insists that I can cook, I can mop the floor and stuff. But at the end, sorry, sorry. Just cut all this, but so I think this disease, it will steal away a lot of his independence. From not being able to cook, then he will tell us things like, I can no longer stand for very long, like then he will start to pass down recipes to us, to tell us, you must know what Papa cook, the recipes you must remember. So when you see this part of his life, you really do feel that my dad is really gonna leave us soon. So it's not like just like the money, but it's really, I think at the point of time we feel that why is there when there is a difference between, if let's say my dad has insurance and the insurance payout, right, could allow us as a family to actually pay for more help with the caregiving, and then we can take him out like on wheelchair or whatsoever, but to give him a better life, to give him a better palliative care. But for us it's because like at that point of time, I think that during that time we were also like gonna get married, and honestly like we thought ourselves, we discussed, let's get married during this time, right? These two years, because we really don't know how long Papa is gonna live. So the two of us just never mind. Now that Papa is not that bad, not that the condition is not that bad yet, let's hurry up, just get married, and then he can walk us down the aisle. So these are the considerations that we also went through. So then also honestly, like insurance is, people may not believe that it may be the most important, but when things really happen, right, just one person in the family, the whole entire family will actually chip in, because you love the parent or you love the child so much.
Right.
Money just solves the problem. I mean, most of the problem. It cannot solve everything, like the condition taking his ability away, but it gives family hope.
Yes.
The hope that
it can give better care for
certainly better quality
your
of
loved
life,
ones.
better times together. I think at this moment that is really something that is really needful. I can really feel what you went through, because I myself I walked through the same experience when my mom was on the hospital bed before she passed on. And caregiving is really a very, very tough journey, especially when you look at this person and you just can't seem to comprehend how this person can actually go through such a, a stage in life, and you always wish that you cannot do better for this person, especially someone that you love so dearly. Yeah. So were there moments that both of you, right, actually felt so overwhelmed and burnt out that you really want to like just drop it off?
Yeah, definitely. How about you?
There will be times of like
Okay.
Yeah, there'll be
Right.
times.
Yeah. I'm sure because it's a very arduous task, yeah, but a lot of us hold on to it because it's someone that we really love.
Yeah.
Yeah. So looking back, right, how would you think you would have done things differently in terms of preparation for caregiving needs for your elderly parents and all that? Yeah.
I think definitely if they're able to buy insurance, I will buy more insurance. I mean, insurance is when things happen, but
Correct.
yes, but it's just that like yes, that at the point of time,
More financial literacy lah.
more
like,
financial literacy.
yeah.
At least you have more resources to also go through what
yes.
you are going through, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think but maybe like in our parents' time, they are not so into insurances, and they also don't know what they buy.
Right.
Yeah, so if they are more educated and they could pass this to us, I think we will be much more prepared.
Yeah, because I think we don't know what we don't know
Yeah.
when we are younger, or like my parents, it's not that they don't have, it's they have but they cancel everything.
Oh,
Yeah, my dad canceled everything.
Correct.
Yeah, because of like a financial crisis. So for us, if we won't know when the critical illness will strike.
Yeah.
But it's just that if let's say there's no insurance, the financial literacy will help if we understand the importance of setting aside funding. Just in case when this kind of thing happen to our loved ones, right? We at that point of time we are confident to say that the two of us can still sustain. It's not a problem. I mean, we cannot.
But thankfully, we were working already.
Yeah, and we have savings, right?
Yeah.
We just cannot imagine if let's say
We're
the
still-
family got nothing.
Students,
Yeah.
then that will be
Students.
very.
I mean, if they have young children,
Yeah.
that would be so detrimental. in
Yeah,
a sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so what has this journey, going through this journey, impressed upon you in terms of family and responsibility?
Actually, I mean, given a choice, we will still gladly take this responsibility again.
Yeah.
Because
Sure.
it, we always, I mean, for myself, I always feel that like such journey will either make or break a family, right? But I
yes.
think thankfully our family, we are quite united in a
Yeah.
sense. So,
That's good.
so we will still
Encourage one
encourage
another.
and then
Yeah.
help one another. So I think that's something money cannot
Right.
be, cannot buy lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, despite the challenges, right, have there been any positive moments that you could recall? Yeah.
Positive moments. I think during the whole struggle with my dad's condition, my dad accepted Christ.
Yeah.
Yes. So so he accepted Christ, but at the same so he initially he will be in the stage where like he keep telling the whole family I'm suffering. Then keep asking the doctors if there is a jab that can let me go. Can you just take me away? Because I'm very tired of going through this ventilator, this I cannot breathe, I'm constantly drowning. I don't want this feeling because I can't do anything. I'm just lying on the bed, I can't walk, it's so painful. It's too painful, can you take it away? So the whole entire family dynamics also changed, like from seeing him struggle to us being an encourager.
Right.
So initial part it was like, Papa, can you quit smoking? It's good for you. Can you just do it and stop making us being so worried? But at the end, when you see him going through the deterioration of the condition, the suffering, then I think as a family, when we looked at my father, it will be it will be asking him, what can we do to make you feel more comfortable? You know, it's not about us setting expectation on him anymore. Can you don't give up? Can you don't give up? Right? You still have time. But to my mother as a spouse is, I cannot bear to see you go.
Yes.
But for us, when we see our father, it's more of we respect your decision, and you know, so LPA. ACP was also done at that point of time, like quite urgent, you know, like faster do, you know, because we really won't know if one day he's not able to make any decisions, he becomes mentally incapacitated, which at a certain point of time where he's in the unconscious stage, when he's on the ventilator, he couldn't make any decisions at all. So we hurry get all these kind of documents done. Then when you see him like from okay, so I think as a family, our attitude and the way we think, instead of setting expectation on him, we actually respect his decision. We respect what he wants. If your decision is you want to just leave, you want to pass on here, and you don't want to go into intubation, you don't want to go into ICU, you don't want us to go through that kind of pain to see you go, we respect your decision, and let's just end it at the high dependency unit with you, with the ventilator on. So we had to hear him out, we have to listen to him more. So I feel that this whole episode, right, it allowed us to understand my dad as a family. So to also know that what is really love. What is love? You know, is love setting expectation on somebody and expecting them to hear us, or is love trying to listen to the other person and respect his decision because he's the one suffering? And like just to encourage the family to be together, to stay united through very hard decisions, because all these kind of milestone, and especially when the condition is deteriorating, the doctor will speak to you very often. Medical social workers will also speak to you very often to hear what the family really wants, and to encourage us to know that his time is limited. It's really getting shorter and shorter, and we have to cherish this time together. So I think it's what strengthens our love together as a family. Like even our husbands also, like you can see that when there's emergency, like we act together as a family, like they will take turns to become the ambulance driver kind. When we're at the back trying to get my father to breathe. Kind of thing.
I think like very simple moments are also like very positive moments. Like you know, after his hospital appointment, he can actually make his way for lunch outside.
Okay.
Wow, yeah, man. I think there was this time, like he went to hospital. He was in there for 3 months. He couldn't get out. He was in high dependency unit for 3 months, 3 to 4 months. He couldn't get out. Very long. But the moment, so at the point of time, it's more of the doctor asks, do you want to go into a community hospital? Okay, so this part is more of when we needed respite care, or like when we want to apply for respite care. Sometimes even in this kind of very bad condition, right, already you know that it's deteriorating, they won't accept you. They will still like assess, you know, can the family members take him? So at the point of time, right, to come home, there's criteria one. You need to have a hospital bed, you need to buy it, you need to make sure that all of the oxygen machines are all fixed and maintained. Then you can come home. You need to make sure that your ambulance on standby, you need to have oxygen inside, then you can come home. Then you need to have helper and everything all standby already for him to come home. So we have to spend a bomb before he can come home. So when you see that, my dad, we were at home all waiting for him. The moment he came out of the ambulance, we were all very touched. Papa finally can come home. But that month that he come home, 3-4 months later, he passed on already. So it's really, he really cherished the last few months with us.
I think that's really quite a lot to take away. I think it's really in moments like this that when family are bonded together to go through all this, that's where you find strength. And that's what love is really about. So really thank you both for sharing your incredible story. And I think it's just so important that your story shed light and a reality to many families who probably think that everything is okay, everything is going to be fine. But we really never know until we go through a very challenging situation. Yeah. Thank you so much. Jasmine and Jessin are two sisters that are bonded together while coping with their dad's COPD issue. Some less fortunate families fell apart, going through a crisis, coping with their loved ones during the time that the loved ones are suffering from a major illness. There was a Chinese saying I once heard from a movie. 保险它不是锦上添花，而是雪中送炭。We don't buy insurance to look good. Rather, it's like having hot coal being given to us during the deep cold winter. Having a good layer of critical illness cover offers us a good financial safety net when our family needed it most. Does this make sense to the family that you love? Thank you for following the Better Question podcast. My name is Andrew. I'll see you at our next episode.